Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about 8th standard social science, civics unit 1, understanding secularism. That is the heading of this lesson. Understanding secularism. First, what is meant by secularism? What is meant by secularism? That means a government of a country not depend or support of any religion, and we have more rights to follow any religion in a country. That is called secularism. Next, the term secularism is derived from the Latin word circulum, meaning an age or the spirit of an age. Okay. Now we are going to discuss the learning objectives. So first one, to understand the meaning of secularism. Second, to know the importance of secularism. Third, to develop the appreciation of the rights guaranteed in the Constitution. Fourth, to analyze the importance of secular education. Fifth, to discuss the constitutional provisions related to secularism. So these are the topics we are going to discuss in deeply. Okay. First one, introduction. In India, a land of multi-religious faith and multicultural beliefs. Two things in India. One is multi-religious faith. Second one is multicultural beliefs. It is the birthplace of four major religions. Four major religions. What are that? Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism and Sikhism. In our country, people of diverse religious and beliefs have been living peacefully for a long time. In our country, people of diverse religions and beliefs have been living peacefully for a long time. Modern nation states or multi-religious states, as there is a need for tolerance of any religion. The concept of secularism is aimed to creating a society in which people of religion, beliefs, or people who do not belong to any religion can live together in harmony and peace. Both religious faith of people and non-religious faith people are living together in India without any problem. So that is also called secularism. Rajaram Mohan Roy, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi and B.R. Ambedkar were some of the noted individuals held high in public records who contributed lots towards the spread of secularism in the various spheres of Indian society. So these people were very much involved to create a secular society in India. Secularism is invaluable for a society like India, which is characterized by religious diversity. In India, there are a lot of diversities in the religion, but the people are very happily and peacefully following all the religions in India. So that is called secularism. Okay, next topic is, what does secularism mean? What does secularism mean? Secularism means an attitude of tolerance towards other religions and peaceful coexistence of citizens belonging to different faith. So that is very, very important. What is that? Attitude of tolerance towards other religions, tolerance towards other religions and peaceful coexistence of citizens belonging to different faith. So that is a very basic quality of secularism. It is a policy of neutrality and equality by the states. States means government, towards all religious community. So that is the important duty of the government. What is that? Neutrality. Next one, equality by the states towards all religious communities. There is no disparity in any matters or any events. Next one, secularism is the principle of separation of state and religion, or more broadly, no interference of the state in the matters of religion and vice versa. The government, what is the basic policy of the government in the secularism? The government, no interference in the matters of religion in India. This means that every citizen is free to propagate, practice and profess their faith. That is the rights of the each and every citizen of India. What is that? Citizen is free to propagate, practice and profess their faith, that is the religious faith. Change it or not have one according to their conscience. Next, objectives of secularism. Objectives of secularism. First point, no one religious group does not dominate others. One religious group does not dominate others. Second, some members don't dominate other members of the same religious community. Some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. Third one, the state does not, state means government, the government does not enforce any specific religion nor take away the religious freedom of individuals. Next, a simple statement of poet Iqbal. The secular view. Religion does not teach us animosity. Religious does not teach us animosity. We are Indians and India is our home. That is a basic concept of India as well as the secularism. Next, the characteristics, features of a secular state. The characteristic features of secular state. First one, principle of liberty. Liberty means freedom. Principle of liberty. The state permits the practice of any religion. The state permits the practice of any religion. We can follow any religion. Second, principle of equality. All are equal. The principle of equality. The state does not give preference to any religion or another. The state does not give preference to any religion or another. Next, principle of neutrality. Principle of neutrality. The state remains neutral in religious matter. The state remains neutral in religious matters. So these are the three important things mentioned in the secularism. What is that? Principle of liberty, principle of equality, principle of neutrality. Next, a secular state is the one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as the country's official religion, and every religion is treated equal. The government does not give first preference to any religion because it is a secular country. So the government give equal importance to all religions in India. It gives to every citizen not only the equal rights to freedom of conscience but also the right to profess, practice and propagate any faith of their own choice. The people can follow any religion in our country. There is no restriction to the citizen of a country. The state observes all an attitude of neutrality and impartiality towards all religion. In a secular state, no one is given preferential treatment and the state does not discriminate any person on the basis of their religious practice and belief. Listen carefully, students, listen carefully. The state does not discriminate. Discriminate means differences any person on the basis of their religion, practices and belief. All citizens are eligible to enter government service irrespective of their faith. Any citizen, they can enter in the government service irrespective of their faith. There should be absolutely no religious instructions in educational institutions and no taxes to support any particular religion. There is no taxes to support any particular religion. The government not collect any particular tax for any particular religion. Okay. The government not collect any taxes to support any particular religion. Okay. Next one, importance of secularism. Importance of secularism. The concept of secularism evolved in India as equal treatment of all religions. So that is very, very important. Equal treatment of all religions. That is secularism. We need secular state to maintain peace and harmony between people of various religious ideologies. That is also very, very important. What is that? To maintain the state, the government, the secular government, to maintain peace and harmony between the people of various religious faith. It is a part of democracy which grants equal rights. It is a part of democracy. The democratic government should follow the secularism in a particular country. Okay. Okay, next topic is Constitution and secularism. Constitution and secularism. Secularism is the part of Indian Constitution. Secularism is one of the part of Indian Constitution. The makers of Indian Constitution were aware that a strong and united nation could be built only when all sections of people had the freedom to practice their religion. The secularism is a very basic concept to build the strong and united nation. That was a vision of the constitution makers. So secularism was accepted as one of the fundamental tenets. Tenets means policy. That was one of the fundamental policy, secularism, for the development of democracy in India. So the secularism, that was one of the fundamental policy. Next, it was a very basic step to develop the democratic country or democratic government. Next, the word secularism was not mentioned in our constitution when it was adopted in 1950. During the time of 1950, the secularism word that was not mentioned. Later on in 1976, the word secular was incorporated in the preamble through the 42nd Amendment of the Indian Constitution. 42nd Amendment means changes of the Indian Constitution. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. That is a preamble of Indian Constitution. The basic aim of our Constitution is to promote unity and integrity of nation along with individual dignity. That the basic aim of our Constitution. What is the basic aim of the Constitution? Is to promote unity and integrity of the nation along with individual dignity. Okay. Next, there is no state religion in India. There is no state religion in India. State religion means government religion in India. The state will neither establish a religion of its own or confer any special patronage upon any particular religion. The freedom of religion guaranteed under the Indian Constitution is not confined to its citizen alone, but extend to aliens also. That secularism, it is not a single concept of for Indians, it is also for the foreigners, those who are living in India. This was pointed out by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case Ratilal Panchant v. State of Bombay in 1957. That concept particularly mentioned by the Supreme Court in 1957 in Bombay. Next, the Constitution of India has the following distinguishing features. First one, the state will not identify itself with or be controlled by any religion. That is very, very important. The state will not identify itself with or be controlled by any religion. Second one, the state guarantees to everyone to right to profess any religion of their own. Third one, the state will not accord any preferential treatment any of them. The state will not accord any preferential treatment any of them. Fourth one, no discrimination will be shown by the state against any person on account of his religious faith. So these are the very, very important thing in the secular government. Next, it creates, which one is creates? Secularism creates fraternity, brotherhood of the Indian people, and gives assurance the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. That secularism creates, because it is a very valuable one, it creates fraternity of Indian people and gives assurance the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. Okay, next topic is mosaic of constitutional provisions. So first, Article 15. Article 15 says prohibition of discrimination. Discrimination means differences. It should be prevented. Prohibition of discrimination of grounds of religion, caste, sex or place of birth, etc. Second, Article 16 says equality of opportunity in public employment. Article 25(1) says guarantees the freedom of conscience and the right to profess, practice and propagate religious individually. Article 25(1) says guarantees the freedom of conscience and the right to profess, practice and propagate religion individually. Article 26 says freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 27 says the state shall not compel any citizen to pay any taxes for the promotion of any particular religion. Article 28 says on religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institutions. Article 29(2) says a ban of discrimination in state aided educational institutions. So these are the mosaic of constitutional provisions. Okay, next, why do we need secular education? Secularism in education means making public education free from any religious dominance. That is very, very important point in the secular education. What is that? Free from any religious dominance. Children as future citizens must get education which should aim at their development of character and moral behaviors irrespective of religious affiliations. So that is very important one. The students are the future citizens of India. They must get education which should aim at their development of character and moral behavior irrespective of religious affiliations. Secular education is needed. Secular education is needed. First point, to remove narrow-mindedness and makes dynamic and enlightened view. To remove narrow-mindedness and makes dynamic and enlightened view. Second, to develop moral and humanistic outlook. To develop moral and humanistic outlook. Third, to train the youth to be good citizen. To train the youth to be good citizen. To strengthen democratic values like liberty, equality and fraternity and cooperative living. So these are the very important qualities of the good citizen. Next, to give wider view towards life. Next, to develop an attitude of appreciation and understanding of others' point of view. We must understand the feeling of others and we must appreciate the feelings of others. Second one, to develop the spirit of love, tolerance, cooperation, equality and sympathy. Okay, last point is to synthesize materialism and spiritualism. Okay, so now we are come to the conclusion. The Indian state is secular and works in various ways to prevent religious domination. That is very important in the secularism. Prevent religious domination. Secularism undoubtedly helps to aspires to enable every citizen to enjoy fully blessings of life, liberty and happiness. What is that? Enable every citizen to enjoy fully blessings of life, liberty and happiness. The Indian Constitution guarantees fundamental rights that are based on secular principles. It is one of the glowing achievements of Indian democracy. Okay. Next, secularism allows us to live in civility. That means civilization. It compels people to respect other religion. That is very must. We must respect other religion. It grants equal rights to the people in respect of their religious faith. Okay, it is desirable for a country like India. Okay, next one, the very basic example for the secular state means the secular Indian state declares public holidays to mark the festivals of all religions. So that is very important one. So the lesson is over. Civics first lesson is over. Next lesson we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you students.